Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is a do-over from yesterday's readings because the sound didn't work. So let's see what's happening with you, Scorpio. Yeah, I see Knight of Cups, somebody asking someone out on a date. I mean, often it's just a person, a heartfelt message. This is a person who also decides when they're ready. So yeah, we got someone ready. Someone's ready to take the plunge. They're definitely feeling very emotional. Wow. Yeah, a little Pisces energy, but this is someone taking a little pause. Yeah, just kind of checking things out. But this is a person here who's definitely looking at things from a whole different perspective. This is someone ready to go deep in their feelings. I mean, there's emotions. I mean, it could be just someone, like I say, now kind of feeling different, but you can see that person is ready to take the plunge. Yeah, we have someone here who's single. Well, this could be yourself. This could be yourself here, Scorpio, masculine energy, but I do see a Pisces energy. Yeah. And we have the Hierophant, a little Taurus energy. But this is about two single people. It's energy of having faith. It's also making sure two people are on the same page. So this is an energy of someone who's definitely been single for a while. I do feel they've been in committed relationships before. But I do think this is someone who I feel is making sure you're on the same page. And I do see the lifestyles, habits, the way they conduct themselves. So basically single. They are someone who kind of looks out for themselves. They're their own anchor. So interesting. Oh, the Seven of Cups wanting to come out here. This is someone who sees opportunity. Now it could be someone who has a lot of options, but like I say, it's a person who kind of, I feel, has faith in themselves. And I do see someone who's been maybe in a relationship before. They do see opportunity. They see the possibilities. They're kind of looking at how things play out. So I do see looking at things from a different perspective. They see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. But that's if you're the feminine. If you're the masculine, I do feel, you know, just kind of getting ready to take that plunge, but looking at things from a couple different perspectives. Now, it is about two people being on the same page, being able to agree to disagree. So, yeah, there is opportunity, but I do see someone kind of maybe a little procrastination. I mean, it could be someone thinking they should maybe explore some other options here, especially if they've only been single for a while. But let's have a look at this Knight of Cups. Yeah, it could even be yourself exploring other options if you're the feminine. Yeah, we've got somebody else here. We've got a King of Wands as well, which could add up to a masculine Scorpio. But I'm seeing Pisces, so there's someone here just kind of checking things out. But like I say, if you're that feminine energy, that you have some other options here. There's opportunity. Yeah, I see someone crushing, longing for love. If you've had a little pause or a pause with someone here, they could be missing you. But definitely this longing for love and a little romanticizing or fantasizing. Someone's in their feels here. I think you have a couple of options, Scorpio. Yeah, you got a couple people here. You've got a couple people coming in wanting to ask you out, date you. One of them could be someone who's been crushing for some time, ready to take that plunge. Yeah, one of these people's already emotionally invested. So I do feel if there's two, one of them already is. Maybe you're dating this person. You may be exploring other options, but there are opportunities here. Yeah, definitely that single energy. Yeah, we have some Cancer energy as well. Interesting. So I do see someone kind of putting on the brakes a little bit here. So there's a pause. Somebody's taking a pause. I think you're checking out other people or someone's checking you out. But like I say, I feel like we have somebody taking a little pause here. Putting on the brakes. Someone here may be taking another look. But it is a determination to succeed. But it's about being on the same page. I don't know, maybe you have an agreement with someone here. So I don't know if it's about faith or loyalty, but we're going to see. Yeah, I see a whole cycle. Whoever it is, someone's been in a committed relationship before. But this is someone here. I do feel someone getting off an emotional roller coaster. If you've had something on and off with someone, they keep putting on the brakes, then they come in, they miss you, they take you out. You may be the one looking at this from a different perspective. I do think it's about being on the same page, but this King of Wands, I feel, is another person, definitely. Tell me about the Seven of Vessels. Yeah, see, seeking other opportunity. There is opportunity for a soulmate connection here. If you got a person who keeps putting on the brakes because they don't want to commit, I feel like you're getting, it looks like something on and off. It looks like you're going to push the stop button and get off this emotional roller coaster. Because I do think you have another person, and I do think this person is coming in to take control. They're determined to succeed, King of Wands. You might have met this person before, or maybe had a date with them. What is this King of Wands' intentions? King of Wands, Queen of Wands, to connect with you. They want to connect. So this is your energy, Scorpio feminine. But look at that. See, it's about connecting. Romanticizing the past, being more romantic. Someone's really catching feels. But if you have a person who's been putting on the brakes because they don't want to commit, I think you're going to get off this on and off, this emotional roller coaster. Yeah. Because I do think you have this opportunity. There's opportunity between you and this person. They see opportunity. I think you are seeing it as well. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Yeah, see, it's a spark attraction. It's whether somebody is the one or not. But there is a spark and attraction. There is an attraction, absolutely. There's desire. Really look at that carefully if you're that feminine energy, especially if you've had this on and off roller coaster with someone, because I do think it's about pushing the stop button, a whole new chapter. See, someone sees you in a very favorable light. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Yeah, see, it's reminiscing. See, a house, a home. Someone's financial foundation. There's a reason to celebrate. I think somebody wants to talk to you, or they just want to get you alone. There is desire. I mean, there's a spark, there's an attraction. Someone here is very attractive, and likely vice versa. Yeah. Tell me about the Knight of Cups, this other person, the one taking a pause from dating. Yeah, there's been some hurt feelings. Definitely it's about feeling that loyalty, maybe third party, but I feel it's more like just, there's definitely been hurt feelings, and I do feel somebody here taking a pause. Now, it could be someone who's hurting your feelings because it's on and off. So I don't know if there's a third party, but yeah, there's definitely three. Yeah. Because I do see someone celebrating. See, it's somebody maybe wants to get you alone, spend some time alone. Someone who has the love of home. So maybe you feel like home with someone. Yeah, interesting. One of these people is emotionally invested, but I do see the hurt. Someone here just kind of takes a little, constantly taking a pause, putting on the brakes. I think it's telling you to kind of look at this. I think you're the one who's going to put on the brakes here. I feel that. Yeah, see, definitely there's an energy of some kind of good news, but there's definitely been hurt. Seeking other options, third party. Maybe you feel like you're not being faithful or loyal to someone. Put it this way. If somebody won't commit, and it's on and off and on and off, and they won't commit, they keep putting on the brakes, you don't really need to justify your behavior, okay, if you decide that you want to seek other options. And if it is someone putting on the brake, they could be seeking out other options. But I do see getting together, a gathering, some kind of opportunity for the two of you to come together. Yeah, I think you're seen in a very favorable light with someone's friends and family. Or friends, I mean, let's see, some sort of get together or gathering, some sort of invitation. I feel like you have an invitation coming in. Tell me about the Chariot. Yeah, somebody. I think you got a person who wants to be single. They want to be a free spirit. They still want to play the field. This is why someone keeps putting on the brakes. But I feel what's interesting, it's yourself. Seeing this something, it's somebody's pride, their ego. It's an energy of a person who doesn't want to provide. They have enough to provide for themselves. But it's interesting because I do see a Sagittarius, see, planning, preparing, hoping for the best. I mean, I do think this is a person who wants something long term. But the interesting, one of these people just wants to be single. They still want to play the field. Or, I mean, it even could be yourself. Tell me more about the Six of Wands. I mean, this is someone who takes pride in their appearance, their house, their home. It's an energy of someone who's, I feel, somewhat successful. But it's about the two of you coming together. Yeah, tell me more about the Six of Wands. Yeah, it's someone wanting to lay the foundation. See, they're a little apprehensive. They're looking at the situation. It's an energy of giving someone attention, too. I feel like you have someone who keeps putting on the brakes. See, I think there's a person who doesn't really want to commit here. And someone else wants to lay the foundation, but they are a little, cautious, a little apprehensive. Somebody here. And it's an interesting, too, because I feel there's someone here someone wants to be single. The other person has been dating, playing the field. There's nobody that they're interested or see long term. So I do think we have a person going to be reaching out. Now, just look at how someone communicates. But it is someone who's a little apprehensive. Very careful what they say. They're hoping for success. They're going to reach out. Yeah, this is someone just going to put themselves out there. I think you're going to put all the cards on the table. I got to tell you, I feel like it's yourself exploring this. I feel like you need to explore this. It's an energy, let's explore this connection and see where this goes, because I do see a lot of happiness, some kind of get-together, gathering, something emotionally fulfilling. I don't know if you went to school with this person, somebody when you're young, or you lived in the same neighborhood, or you just dated. Maybe there was a commitment, but I really feel like we have someone who's thinking about commitment here and laying the foundation and actually going down this path. They see things in a favorable light. Yeah, they want this to go in their favor, so they're very hopeful. Yeah, we got two single people. I see one of you is going to push the stop button on someone here because it is about commitment. I do think it's an energy of having faith in yourself to make the right choice here. But this is two single people talking, connecting, soulmate connection. And maybe friends first kind of energy. I mean, this could be a friend, somebody who's now, kind of catching feelings. Yeah, maybe you just see someone as a friend. I don't know, but I really do feel that there is a person here who keeps putting on the brakes. Where the other person's coming in to take control. They're hoping for success. Choices, opportunities. Yeah, I think some of you are walking away from a situation. And one of these isn't emotionally fulfilling. It's walking, leaving something behind, two people coming together. I feel like you're going to have a conversation here. See, face-to-face, one-on-one. Just the two of you. Look at that. Faith. Being on the same page. Some kind of an agreement or understanding. If you have a person who you had an agreement with and they keep putting on the brakes, that's where I feel like you're going to have to take control. Okay? I do feel like, making some sort of decision. Because if somebody here won't commit, see, they make an agreement and then they won't commit. They walk away. They come back around. It sort of looks like it's one of these people kind of wants things their way where the other person's wants to talk. And I do see schedules, timing, working something out here as well. Yeah. Some of you, there's a Taurus energy as well, or maybe a Virgo. Some of you definitely have opportunity. Maybe you're just looking at all the people that you've dated, opportunities that you've had. One of these is definitely, there's a spark, there's desire, this passion, new beginning. See, there's a connection here. Definitely an attraction, but it's about this passionate new beginning. I think you're going to walk away from someone here, or they're walking away from you because they don't want to commit. See, there's often people here are more focused on chasing their money, success. So it's about agreeing to disagree with someone here. There's definitely been hurt feelings. Some of you definitely do long for love. I can see it. And I feel like you know what you want, right? You know what you want. I feel like you don't want to settle. And I don't think you should settle with somebody who has you on that emotional roller coaster. That's what I feel. So this is somebody putting you on that emotional roller coaster. And I can see it. But one of these people, I feel the person who's the most emotionally invested, they're all in their feels, is the one putting on the brakes. I think some of you got 3. There's an energy of 3, or you have other options. It all depends who you're all dealing with. But yeah, I see some sort of an agreement. But I see agreeing to disagree. We're just not on the same page with someone. Yeah, this is an energy of stability, partnership. Someone's focused on their long-term stability. They kind of look ahead, plan and prepare. Some of you do. I do see some of you negotiating maybe a contract, a new job too. I do see that. Leaving, there a contract negotiation or a job behind too. So I actually see that too. Yeah, you got some stuff going on here. And tell me about this 4 of Wands. Yeah, see, it's all about commitment, harmony, and balance between two people. It's about being fair. See, somebody's not being fair. But it's about the harmony between you and another person. It's about commitment. I do think it's somebody here who's kind of not being fair, and you're like looking at this. I feel like you're trying to see things from their perspective, but I do see someone who keeps, it's an energy of being hurt. And I do think you're looking at this too. Maybe putting the shoe on the other foot here if you start seeing other people. See, it's all about loyalty and being faithful. If somebody won't commit, you don't have to justify your behavior, especially if it's something on and off, if you want to date someone else. Yeah, because I do see this on and off. Well, someone keeps walking away, they put on the brakes, then they come back in. It's only you to look at things from a different perspective, period. Yeah, I feel like it's an energy of, someone who keeps you waiting. See, while you're waiting for this person, waiting for someone to commit. I don't think so. I think you got a person who just wants to be single. And it could be where they want to play the field, but it's just where they're more focused on other things. Wow. It's all about being on the same page, morals, values, the way someone conducts themselves. This is somebody who kind of, like I say, it's all about options, opportunities. I feel as far as work, if you have work here, there are opportunities. But it's about seeking other opportunities. But as far as your love life, I definitely feel you've got this person here, the spark, the desire. And I do think this is someone who's kind of looking at, I feel like you've either dated this person before, because I see 2 people. There may have been some hurt or heartache, or maybe somebody wasn't faithful. I don't know. But it is about someone having faith in this. And I really feel like you got a person who just wants to be single. The other person wants to lay the foundation. I feel like you're just kind of waiting. It's like you're in limbo here. Yeah, it's telling you to look before you leap. Okay, before you go down this path with someone here. I do feel this energy of just kind of living in the moment too, but I do see that you're looking at this. You're looking at how something has played out, reflecting on it, the desire, the spark, the attraction. And it does have to do with being faithful and being loyal. It's almost like you're in limbo, like Oh my gosh. I don't know. I mean, it's an energy of telling you to look before you leap, before you go down this path. Because I do see being kind of stuck in limbo. You're just kind of sitting there, you know, waiting for someone to commit. And you've been waiting and waiting. It's now time to leave this behind, to go down another path. You might even have a couple of people coming in. Yeah, I definitely feel there's work, money. See, this is often a boss, a business owner, some kind of an agreement, contract, or maybe you're putting out job applications. Yeah, I do see there's something bothering you. See, weighing heavily. It has to do with responsibility, being responsible. I feel like you got someone you can't rely on, but it's about dependability. Somebody under a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on their shoulders, but it's about being dependable. Whoever's dependable, loyal. See that? The Hierophant is lifestyle, schedules, routines, it's contracts, negotiations. It's an energy of learning. Learning to look before you leap. Because I do think it's an energy of something that's been on and off. I mean, maybe work has been on and off. Yeah, I do see a little aha moment and some kind of idea. So this is that little epiphany. You know what's interesting? I feel somebody likes the idea of you. But when it actually comes to committing, they put on the brakes. I feel like you need to take your power back from someone and you need to push the stop button here. Yeah, but I feel like nothing's really set in stone here. Like I feel like it's just this little aha moment. See, it's an energy of a realization. Yeah, I do see a judgment, a decision. Some kind of big decision to make here. And I do think you're reflecting on how things have played out, the path you've been on. So whatever decision you make, it's saying to look before you leap. But I do think that somebody who keeps coming back, reconciliation. I think you got a person who's probably never going to change here. And so you got a person who wants to be single, yet there's another person who wants to lay the foundation. They are a little apprehensive. But yeah. I think some of you are missing opportunities. If you have this person on and off and you keep going back to this person, I think you're risking missing other opportunities here, because it's like you're just sitting here waiting for someone to commit. Waiting and waiting. Someone keeping you in that single mode. The only thing that's keeping you stuck in that is you, I feel. So it's telling you to look at how everything's played out, to look before you leap. But I think you're missing other opportunities. If you go with this person where it's on and off, because it is about being loyal and faithful to somebody. Okay, it's about harmony, balance. It's about being fair. It's about justifying something. You don't have to justify someone who keeps you sitting there, waiting for someone to commit. Because I think you're missing other opportunities. Yeah, you do have somebody here. You got a person, see, the person who comes in, the breadcrumbing. See, you're settling for breadcrumbs with someone when you could have the whole package with another person. It doesn't have to be any of these people, but it's about opportunities. I think you're looking at all the opportunities you have, and I think you've missed opportunities here. You're settling for breadcrumbs. See, it's telling you not to settle for breadcrumbs. It's about yourself taming the beast. See, taking a risk with this person where it's on and off, on and off. It's you're the one who has to take control. You're the one who's in charge, taking back your power, but it's pushing the stop button. See, it's like you're just not on the same page. You want commitment, they don't. They want to be single. And I feel someone's keeping you in that single mode too. But you're the one who's actually keeping yourself from being single. If you're letting somebody kind of keep coming back around, you have to push the stop button. You're the one in control of the ride here. You see? So don't be afraid of taking a risk. Don't be afraid of, living in the moment a little bit here. Just, because you're missing other opportunities. I feel like this is an opportunity. There's a spark, their desire, attraction. But yeah, there's definitely two people, you know, the dating, but one of them keeps taking a pause. And now you have to, you know, and I do see getting yourself out there, checking other people out, trying to keep your options open. But I think you've missed an opportunity with someone, or anyone for that matter, because this ride that you're on with this person. Yeah, see, aha, you're going to have a little enlightenment, a little aha. You're going to start to see the bigger picture. You deserve to be happy. See, you deserve better. I feel like some of you are settling for breadcrumbs, and this person's quite content. They're quite happy to stay in that situation. See, they're happy. They're getting what they want, but I don't think you're getting what you want out of this. You're settling. As far as work goes, too, I do see some kind of a victory coming up here. Yeah. I do see contracts, negotiations, an agreement, putting out job applications. Yeah, so I do see an opportunity coming in. So I do see that too. Maybe you'll seek other opportunities there as well. But I see a boss, somebody is ahead of payroll, company owner, business owner. But it is about maybe some of you have more money going out than is coming in. So I do see some kind of positive energy there. I feel like you have to focus on this path too when it comes to work and money. See, options and opportunities. I don't know if you're pulled in two different directions. It feels like you're kind of pulled in two different directions. The past, the present. But it's all about living in the moment. You know? But do look before you leap. Very interesting. Ace of Blades, Ace of Swords twice. A little aha moment, enlightenment, seeing the truth, win-win. See, it's a win-win. I do think you're going to have a victory at some point. When it comes, especially when it comes to work, but I do see two things happening. As far as dating, courting, opportunities coming in. Just be careful of somebody when they just want to like explore the connection. Okay? Don't be afraid to question people too, like to, you know, but I feel like you're just more like just living in the moment, pulled between two different directions, going in two different directions at the same time. And I definitely see the energy of, you know, being fair. If you have somebody who won't commit, like I say, and you've had, you know, there's been hurt and heartache here. And I do see an energy, maybe a little test of faith here. I don't think you're being tested. I feel like it's like yourself, temptation. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, if you got someone who won't commit, you don't have to justify dating other people. Don't settle for breadcrumbs. You deserve better. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.